Hi, it's Kathy from Raven Vintage. Welcome back to my craft room. Come on in. I saved you a spot. We are working on our shoebox stash, so welcome back to the series. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. Let's see what we have so far in our shoebox. Look at this. Okay, of course we can always do this when we get other things inside, so don't worry. I think everything's going to fit just fine. Yesterday we did snippet strips. We made this one. So those are the 4 we did yesterday. And we this little guy, just 2 colors this time and no lace or fabric, and I thought he was really cute. I really wanted to use that bee. This one, which is also quite simple, just with 2 colors again, but I added some Edith Holden book page. Her text is so beautiful. This is the one I did the reel with, so I did wallpaper, printable tea-dyed paper, and then I got to use my mushroom finally and added some little mini ephemera to it, and I added a ball pin and just took one of the pieces of little tiny ephemera and put it on the ball pin, and I was able to attach it to the lace. In the comments, what do you do with them? So just as a reminder, I would use this as a page edge. You can cut these into smaller pieces, page tabs, edge of your corner pocket, belly bands, so many things. So such a relaxing craft to do, and it doesn't have to have a purpose when you make and take this. And like I said, you can cut that in half and use it, or smaller bits. There's many uses for these clusters, and a great scrap buster too. So today we're moving on to cluster tabs. I have another long list of names to say hello to over the last couple of videos, so we'll get to that soon. But yes, cluster tabs. I have my fabric toolbox, some tiny ephemera, a few small butterflies. I have a few small little Tim Holtz people. And the reason I chose to use this tea-dyed cardstock is because if I do use it as a page tab and something might hang over the edge of the page, this will show on the other side. So do we care? Maybe not. I just don't want it to be bright white. You can also decorate it, right? You can add some lace or something to it. So we can do anything we want, really. Okay, you don't need to ink those because they're going to be covered. So just lay out your assembly and get rolling. So I want some. But I'm going to just start gluing down fabric, and then that fab I'll just layer up from there. Someone said, doesn't that drive you crazy? It does, but I'm kind of used to it. That she suggested I put an elastic around that. I did. I used to do that, but then I would not remember to put my cap back on, and my glue would dry up too quickly in the channel. So this way I rarely have an issue with it drying up if I keep that handy. Sorry if it bugs you. I get it, because there's a lot of things like I just drive me a little bit bonkers. See, now I'm looking at this, and this is my problem. I'm looking at that thinking, you're going to cover that up, and it's such a waste. This is my issue with collage. I hate covering stuff up. I'm just looking for edges right now, and that wasn't wide enough to do the whole thing. So let's cut it in half and spread it out a bit. Are you like that? I'm like that. I'm just there. See, it wasn't wide enough to do the whole thing, but I also didn't want to waste it and not see both edges. I'd like to give a shout out to one of my friends who has just recently launched her YouTube series. Show her some love. It's Carrie from Created Me Creative. She makes beautiful journals. She's working on one right now that she's going to use for her sermon notes, for taking sermon notes, and she does a lovely job. Carrie's a gal that I met from our shopping day adventure, and starting that her YouTube. So go Carrie. I'm going to link her channel below. I hope you check her out. Good job, Carrie. I just think she does very special work, and I encourage you to check her out. Okay. What I've done is I've taken each piece and made sure that there's fabric or ribbon of some sort on both sides of it, so that when I do come in and finish it off, there's something on either side. I can trim the edges later. We can add tops and bottoms if we want. Like here I added a top. We can add those after, but at least my sides are done. And then let's just grab some of the small ephemera that we just never seem to use. So here's a bunch of stuff. This is also a nice project to do, like when you're watching a movie or something. You can just be inking, because you can do this with your eyes closed. Just turn them whole. I'm sure there are some people that are so organized that when they open up their packages, they do this right away. Just get everything inked up. Not me. I ink as I go. But if you're ever feeling, we should make a list, shouldn't we? When people are feeling uninspired, I don't have fingernails. When people are feeling uninspired and you feel like you're having a bit of a creative block and you're looking for inspiration, or you just want to be in your craft room but you don't know what to do, or you know you don't have a lot of time, we should make a list, and we should come up with a name for that list. Shouldn't we? Like rainy day projects. Any ideas, any suggestions? And we'll make a list of those. Maybe we'll do a video on that. There you go. See how ideas just come. So if you have any topics or suggestions for that, let me know in the comments what you do when you're, for these little filler jobs, or things you do while you're watching. I know a lot of people like to fussy cut when they're watching TV, which don't know if it's just a show you're listening to, because you really need to concentrate when you're fussy cutting. But that's definitely one. Inking is another. Masterboards might be another. Just those little snippet strips we did yesterday would be another great one. Just little projects like this that are even just so, what would we call those? Like prep work, like in a kitchen, like at a restaurant, you have to do all the prep. I'm sure there's ideas. I'm sure you guys will come up with something, because you do. Let's just stick to some neutrals to mix up the shapes too, right? Let's do that. So this is one of those things, I know we can use our rule of 3. So I have 3 pieces of ephemera here plus a focal point. We can just wait until our brain says, yep, that looks right. You'll decide what you're going to do. Trim things off. Round your corners. I kind of like that sticking up there. I'm fine with that. So there's one little cluster tab done. So cute. Here's one of these guys with the little puppy. These are those Tim Holtz teeny tiny people. Is that too feminine for you, sir? Perhaps. Let's put you over here then. Oh. Okay, if I put him here, now my little puppy disappears because there's not enough contrast. So let's just add a little something behind puppers. Like that. I still have this edge showing. And I'm just going to glue him down the middle because we might tuck something else in. So now, because this is so neutral, we could add any kind of color we wanted. Yeah, I like that one. What did someone say that time? She likes how we audition our pieces before they get the job. And I think I'll leave that. That is great. Okay, so this one here, before I go any further with adding something to it, let's add a stamp to it. I'm going to use black ink. Ottawa, Ontario. There we go. There, a little stampy stamp. That's cute. I like that. Teeny tiny with this pup. Okay, so I want to place one leg where the fabric joins so that you don't see the join. That. One matches nicely. Two matchy-matchy. This can also go this way. I do red there, red across here. How about that? I like that. So there's 3. How cute are they? See if I can try to use one of these butterflies. Maybe more with the naturals. Would any of you like to become a fairy? You're a little big. Let's get him angeled up here first. Adorable. Okay. And then let's use this kind of yellowy color here. That's going to be good. A little bit. Not that easy to see, is it? Well, it's something. That's a nice contrast there. That underneath, and then we could have one more just because of there. What do we think of that? Good? You guys like that? There, he's very sweet too. I love that. Okay, I have one more gentleman. I have some more butterflies. I have 3 tags left. That's too frilly for you. Let's see here. What can we set you on? You're sitting down. All right, so I think that is good for now. I'm going to finish off those 2 and maybe do a few more, and then I'll come back to you tomorrow. I want to say hi to Crafty Corey. Corey's the one that let me know about the snorts. Rhonda Lane, Marie Helene, Carrie from Created Me Creative, Melissa Army Brat, Margot V, Laura Mann, Jacqueline I5N. I have a few Jacquelines on here. Susan Lindahl, Wanda Ford, Pauline Letzia, Cynthia, Island Girl, Gail from Shabby Cottage Studio, Fundraising Mom. Oh, flashbacks to all the fundraising I did over the years with lacrosse. Hats off to you, Fundraising Mom. I know how much work that is. My friend Tracy Tanziak in Alberta. I hope your hubby's doing well. Tanya 1058, Mary, I Love to Journal, Michelle Monks, Linda 8704, Kim Holloway, and it goes on. This one I'm not really sure how to pronounce. I Am Galaxy 1067, you'll know who you are. Tila 1465. Tila, let us know how your fur baby's doing. Her fur baby's recovering from surgery, so you keep us posted, okay, hon? Tina from Touch of Serenity, Jacqueline Haley, who is February Angel, Montserrat Barcelia from Spain. I hope I said your name okay. All the way from Spain. Thanks for watching. Okay, so many of you to thank for watching and hanging out with me in my craft room. I really appreciate it. I have an envelope handy right now, so I think I will put those guys in an envelope just so they don't get lost and in the wrong category, because what, you wouldn't want that. Okay, and then that little envelope will fit perfectly in here. Love it. Love it. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you tomorrow for page inserts. Take care. Bye.